From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with John Helsley. John, the Cowboys had their first true road game over the weekend. Obviously played those games over in Hawaii on a neutral court, but went to Maryland for a big game on Saturday night, which, a lot of people were probably still kind of in a bedlam funk at that point. But what stood out to you about that game against the Terrapins?
You mentioned it. It's a true road game. Their first true road game, 5 freshmen kind of experiencing that environment, and it was a great environment, 17,000 plus. And the Cowboys played well. They played fearless. I thought that was important for them on the road, especially with a young team. Took the lead early, had a double-digit lead a lot of the game. Ran into a drought, didn't get it done in the end, lost by a point. But I thought the fact that they went and they played mostly well throughout the game was a real positive for them.
Who stands out individually for you? I think everybody coming out of that Hawaii tournament was pointing at Jawan Evans, and he continues to play some outstanding basketball. But who individually have you maybe been most struck by as you've watched these guys?
The guy that has really had a great start to this season, maybe one of the most improved players Oklahoma State's had in a while, is Carroll. He's been a starter in the past. Coach Underwood likes him coming off the bench for his firepower, and he's bringing that. He's among the Big 12 leaders in scoring. He's muscled up some. He's playing much more aggressive and getting rebounds. He's having a really nice season so far.
Any chance he moves into the starting lineup at some point?
It's a great question. I know Brad likes him coming off the bench. And bringing that. He plays a lot of players, as many as 10 guys a game, just because of how hard they play and their style. But you might think at some point he at least takes a look at that, just because of all that Carroll's bringing to the game.
Maybe one of the few negatives that have come out of these first few games has been some foul trouble with some guys that frankly need to be on the court some. Mitchell Solomon comes to mind probably first and foremost. What's the deal with some of these foul issues?
It's a big issue, too, because they're going to play hard, they're going to play aggressive, they're going to pressure on defense, so you have to be really smart about that. And you're right, Mitchell Solomon's fouled out 3 times. Leighton Hammonds has also fouled out 3 times. He's averaging 4.25 fouls a game, and he's a guy that has to be on the floor. And so it's an issue. It's something they're trying to work through. They've got to get that short up before they get into Big 12 play.
Well, they'll have a bit of a short week in terms of games this week because it is finals week at OSU, so no in-the-week games, but a Saturday game against Tulsa. What are you expecting out of that game on Saturday?
Another true road game. It won't be any sort of the same environment as Maryland. Tulsa's in a little bit of a rebuild, very young team, not getting a lot of great crowds over there. But they need to bounce back. They need to go over there and play well, win that game. They should win it. And start gaining momentum again.
All right, that's a 3 p.m. tip on Saturday. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.